This is be another item on the Honda Odyssey. It's a 2007 model. Needs front brakes and oil change. So this video is going to be on doing the front brakes. I haven't done the front brakes myself on this car before. I've done it on a Nissan Maxima, but they're pretty similar. So the concept's the same, just a little bit different. How the brake setup is a little bit different. I gotta get this car jacked up and put it on jack stands. I'll cut back in. Got the wheel off. I had to use the car's jack because my jack stand isn't my hydraulic jack can't get it up high enough in the front, and I don't have a proper thickness of wood to set it on to get it up higher. So I got it on the jack stand in the front. I mean, in the hydraulic jack at the front, and I've got it on this. It's not the best way of doing it, but whatever. So things I'm gonna need: brakes, brake lubricant, flathead screwdriver, some wrenches, sockets, C-clamp to push it back, push the calipers back, brake fluid if I need it, and some brake clean and maybe a wire brush. I don't have that out right now, but I have them. I've loosened up these bolts, caliper bolts. This is a 14, and back here is a 19mm slide bolt. You may have to stick your 19mm wrench at the same time and hold it in place at the same time while you turn this to loosen, and you may need a breaker bar. I did, or a cheater bar. So I'm gonna take this off, then I'm gonna hang the calipers from a bungee cord off the struts up there, because you do not want to mess up the brake calipers off. Now that I got the bolts out, I've got my bungee cable, where you can use a coat hanger that's bent up. You need to try to get this out. Like this, and you don't want to hang them by that. You want to do something like I don't know. You got a coat hanger that might be better. You're just gonna hang this like this while you work on the brakes. And looking down at the brakes, let me get close up on it. Yeah, it needed them. Well, just getting the pads out. What you want to do is, what I do is I set out this one here, because this was the one that was here. I set it on here, and so that's the one that'll go for it. And this one will go on the other side, because that's where this one came from. And this is pretty bad. We're starting to get metal on metal there. So I'll clean them up and grease them up and put them back on. Well, I got the brakes in. You have to put them in at an angle, and then they just slide over. They fold over that way. Need to compress the pistons. To do that, I'm going to use a C-clamp and one of the old brake pads. And before you do that, you need to open up the brake reservoir up there, and you want to make sure it's not going to overfill it, because they're going to pushing fluid back into it. The purists will say that's not the way to do it, but whatever. So I'm going to use my C-clamp and a old brake pad, and I'll show you how that goes. Basically, take one of the old brake pads, let me rearrange my camera. Yeah, that's a good angle. Gonna take it like that, stick my C-clamp, and squish it together. Some people may use a special tool Some people may use locking pliers, you know, channel locks or something. Since this is a dual piston, if you're doing one of the special tools, you may push in here and then you push in here, back and forth alternate. So kind of like that set up, but I need to get that up higher here. This is hanging from a bungee cord, so I need to tighten. Yeah, I probably wouldn't want to do it on this side because that's where the brake line is. So once you get it going, whoops, yeah, you're gonna want to hold it with one hand. You're compressing it with one, but then you gotta have to, because this is a dual piston. That's not my Maxima's different. It's a single piston, I believe. You want to stick this here, but be very. I must have bumped my phone here, because this is a dual piston. We need to alternate, so you got to be careful of the brake line here. Every so often, go look up at the fluid level. I'm good. Now, you see the boot starting to do that. Yeah, you need to quickly, you do not want to tear it, you know. See, yeah, I need to probably do a little bit more in the top piston. These shims are pretty sorry. Okay, that might be a good enough. You'll know if it's not is if you try to put the caliper on it and it won't fit on it. So then you know you need to bring it back up and put it back down. So let's see if this is enough. Oh gosh, no. Nowhere near enough. Hell, you get the idea. I got them pushed back now far enough. I'm gonna take this off the bungee cord and try to set it in place. Huh. Still not far enough. Wow. Whoopsie. Bungee cord came off. That's not a good thing. Yeah, that's better. What the heck is that? When tightening up the caliper bolts, 14 mil bolts in the back, once you getting the caliper back on, it's a little tricky, but you'll get it in. You line up the bolts, and once you get, you'll start to feel them get tight. That's when you need to take out your 19 millimeter wrench. Put that on the locking bolt and to hold it in place while you tighten it. Now, it's probably as tight as I can get it with my socket. I might go a little tighter. Nope. 14 mil box wrench. Just take a hammer here, a couple taps. And maybe a breaker bar too. Anyway, bolts tighten up. Basically, you take your 19 millimeter here over the locking bolt, and you ratchet over the top one, and you kind of pull it tight. Well, this side's done. Just gotta go to the other side and then pump the brakes. Okay, I'm back in the car. Gonna pump the brakes. No brake. Okay, I got a pedal now. So I'm gonna. I got a brake pedal. Yeah. So to get the drive it around real slow, do some sudden stops from like 5 miles an hour, and then take it for a test drive. Later, tubes.